before you ever go to a new property or to go look at a field, you're typically going to do that in your automobile. You're not going to grab your convoy and take all of your equipment on the first trip. So by doing that, you have now planned. You are now looking at the roadway. Where can I ingress and egress? Where do I need to go into this field? You can do the same thing with your pull-offs. And remember, when you're moving this equipment, a lot of it, if you're in some newer equipment, you're going to run 25 to 30 miles per hour. But a lot of your older equipment, you may not get that. You know, you may be 15, 10 even. So you're traveling slower as it is. So if you take the time to plan your routes, plan where you're going to be, look at the time of day. Is it school bus traffic that morning? Is it school bus traffic in the afternoon? Is it lunchtime? Do you know that typically at this time of day that if you live in an area that has a bypass, that bypass is going to be congested? Don't make your moves then. If you can, make your moves in a time frame that it is less congestion, and by just planning, that's part of it.
Could you talk a little bit about how you prepare your operation to move equipment down the roadway?
Walk around the equipment, check the lights, make sure none of them is obstructed, covered with any dirt or dust or anything. Make sure all the lights are working on the escort vehicle, making sure that the CBs are working, making sure everybody's got their volume up and on the same channel.
Back around. Yeah. So you just typically make a good overall pass through the equipment, make sure you don't have any flat tires, anything like that.
That also, yeah.
Yeah. Key things to get down the road,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. What's a typical travel or typical move like for you all?
Generally, probably I'd say 3 to 5 miles.
What advice would you give to farmers based on your experience moving equipment?
Know the roads you're taking, the routes, spots that you can pull over, safe places to get the equipment out of the way for oncoming traffic, knowing where your blind spots would be in the roadways, the curves, hills, and the bridges, that kind of thing.
What tends to give you the most trouble when you're moving down the road? Is it the narrow bridges that you run into? Are those the choke points that you see? Or is it road width? Or what do you see?
A mixture of everything, all the above.
Do you typically try to move in the morning, at night, or does it just depend on the schedule and how things are going?
Depends on the move where we're going to. If we're liable to be moving from one end of the county to the other, we would try to plan it when we're not in the middle of rush hour, a lot of traffic, or in the afternoon, you know, people getting off work and school buses.
So we talked about your overall route throughout the county. When you're planning that route, do you try to shoot for major roadways, or do you go for county roadways when you're trying to move?
We try to take the major roadways that, you know, the widest lanes that you can run in, and we try to avoid the little narrow county roads.